Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, figured it was time for another ZVZ, and who better for a ZVZ than Reynor versus Serral, top right. It's going to be Reynor, bottom left, it's going to be Serral. This is from ESL Summer Masters. So it's for all of the marbles, right? It's a premier tournament. We got Reynor versus Serral. Reynor has beat Serral several times in premier tournaments over the last few years. So you know Serral takes Reynor seriously even before he won his world championship. So, two world champions here in a ZVZ. We've got Finland represented, the Finn Serral, and we have Italy represented here by Reynor. So hatch first in it, both players at the same time. Little bit risky, but you can hold off at 12 pool when you're doing a hatch first if you know how to pull the drones. And micro and these both of these players do. Terry the Overlord moving out, and Terry the Overlord moving out. Yep, so 16, 18, 17 timing from both of these players. No early aggression. So we'll see if somebody skips the Ling Bane portion of this ZVZ and goes right into Roaches. You can't skip the Ling Bane portion and skip Roaches and go right into Mutalisks. But you can skip the Ling Bane portion, stay safe with Roaches, and then go immediately into Mutalisks and hope to catch your opponent off guard. So yeah, hit that like button. I'm here 5 or 6 times a week with StarCraft 2 content. A good place to be if you like StarCraft 2. Tiny bit under the weather here, but we are loving the StarCraft, and that's all that matters. So if I sniffle on mic, I apologize. I'll try not to do that, but no guarantees. What I love about ZVZ2 is that Overlords just have complete reign over the map for the first few minutes. There's nothing that can kill them until Hydras come out, or Mutas, which is, you know, it's a bit of time here for Zergs to get up to that tech. So they're just like, la la la, we are scouting. Don't have to worry about Stalkers or Marines or Phoenix or Vikings or any of that stuff. It's great. It's a great feeling to be an Overlord in a ZVZ. Until the Mutas come out. Look at this. 2 Lings harassing, 2 Lings defending. This is mirror matchup as can get. Oh, Baneling Nest from Reynor a little bit earlier than Serral's. So just a little bit faster here. Serral's got an extra worker on him, so that's probably the explanation for the delay. But yeah, third bases, Baneling Nest. This feels to me like both players are just more likely to sit back, tech up, and both get into kind of a Roach Ravager ball and then try to get some stuff done. Based on this opening. Again, you can kind of flip a switch real fast as a Zerg player and then it'll be like, no, you know what? I'm going to make 30 Lings. Go try to win right now. But yeah, both players' Ling counts are... There's 10 from Serral, but I mean, that's not really enough to win the game. And he's just keeping them home, too. I think he's more worried about what Reynor is doing than this is him planning on being aggressive. Yeah, I mean, sure, Queens are going to chase you off creep as an Overlord, but it's always high ground spots. You can always run. Try running against a Phoenix, you know? Evolution Chamber from Serral. Yep, same thing here. Evolution Chamber a little bit later from Serral. Reynor's is already done and getting +1 missile attack. Loving that. So yeah, both players are just sitting back, planning on playing macro games. No one's going for anything super nuts here. There's a Roach Warren from Reynor. And the Roach Warren from Serral is actually a little bit further along. So yeah, +1 missile attack is later from Serral, but his Roach Warren is faster. So there's going to be a window where there will be Roaches for Serral that Reynor doesn't have yet. But if Reynor can survive past that point and not take too much damage, then he's going to have +1 attack before Serral has +1 attack. So that's going to be a nice advantage for him. Yeah, I mean, these players, it's 53 workers for Reynor and only 43 for Serral. Lings running through, scouting out. trying to see what's going on. Both players hiding their roach warrens, but at this point, Serral's got roaches. They're out. This Zergling, yeah, the Zergling is like, okay, wow, all 5 of those roaches, bam, annihilating that Ling. What did that Ling do? Oh, he's on the wrong side of the tracks, I'm afraid. Spinecrawler coming in from Reynor. He's like, okay, so we need to worry about these roaches, I think. Baneling's here too. Yep. He's like, let's do this. But look at Reynor. He's got tons of roaches popping out right now. And that +1 missile attack is 13 seconds away. Like I said, there's a small window here where the roaches from Serral are here and scary, but that +1 attack could have finished up from Reynor and give him an advantage. So here, and that's it. The window's over. +1 attack for Reynor is now here. But look at the roach advantage, though. It's 17 to 10. Having a +1 advantage when you're outnumbered 2 to 1 is actually not that great. Oh, man. Roach is getting surrounded by Lings and hit by enemy roaches here. This is all about kiting, buying time. Reynor's like, do not kill my entire army. Do not kill all my drones. But I have to keep you from doing one of those things. Yeah, that Spinecrawler is dead. But it bought some time for these roaches to get back here. Oh, over-droning maybe a little bit here is Reynor. He's losing 8 drones, but he's still up 52 to 43 workers. Serral stopped worker production at 43 and is trying to just kill Reynor now for the sin of over-droning in a ZVZ. Look at these Lings coming in, providing additional support. They don't have any upgrades at all except for speed. Oh, look at this Spinecrawler walking in from the natural base and providing some moral support and actual support here. The roaches from Serral are like, okay, I don't think we can actually win this thing, but let's kill as many queens and no, couldn't get that one, and drones as we can. It's 48 to 48 workers now. 12 workers have died. Serral's now ahead in workers, and I think he just did what he needed to do. Yeah, okay, so he did what he needed to do. He knocked Reynor's economy down a peg. But it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of even with Serral's now. Serral's popping up a 4th base. Let's see if Reynor's going to do that, if he's brave enough to do it here. Look at that. +1 attack for Serral still isn't done. So Reynor's +1 attack came into massive, massive play there. I don't think if his +1 attack is finished, he actually is able to survive that attack. I don't. He's just down way too much in overall supply. Both players going for Glial Reconstitution. Serral's again ahead. +2 attack missile ahead. +1 ground carapace ahead. Reynor is ahead in upgrades. And if worker count is basically even, as both players overseer scouting here. Yeah, Reynor's like, you know what? I mean, right now it's +1 roaches with speed against +1 roaches without speed for Serral. So Serral doesn't have the speed upgrade. That could be a big deal in these matchups too. You know, I don't like roaches that much as a unit, but I really like their attack animation. It looks very cool. Lings, oh, try to go for that run by, try to go for that scout. Trying to see if there's a spire or something. I guess Overseer said there wasn't one. So little groups of roaches just all over the map here. Overseer's continuing to be just little eyes in the sky here. Burrow on the way from Serral. He's planning on some Burrow roach shenanigans. First Ravagers of the day firing up from Reynor. And yep, Tunneling Claws coming in from Serral. So he's definitely planning on going the Burrow Tunnel Roaches. His 4th base is way ahead of Reynor's. Like infinitely ahead of Reynor's, which is really big for income here. If we take a look at it, Reynor had a nice little spike there for a minute, then Serral brought it back down, took an advantage overall in economy. Reynor kind of rallied, and now it's going back down into Serral's favor because he's up 8 workers. He's got actually 4 bases to roll with. Having 61 workers on 3 total bases isn't actually super duper efficient. Having that 4th base is nice for that extra income. So, oh, first volley from Serral. That's a big deal when you're both on plus. Wait, what happened to Serral? Did Serral lose his +2? What? No, okay. But just for a second there, the production tab looked like it was starting over. Okay, +2's almost there. So that +2 advantage for Reynor really helping here. Okay, so both players are at +2 glial reconstitution. But Burrow and Tunneling Claws are now in from Serral, which can help in these battles. Serral's going after Reynor's 4th base, and there's the Burrow move out. As usual, burrowed roaches regen health much more quickly than they do when roaches are above ground. But look at this. Yo! Serral's like, okay, hold on a second. Some of my roaches are over on the other side of the map. They burrowed into the base of Reynor. They're going after the main. Reynor says, screw it, let's go. Let's just straight up kill Serral. It's going to be kind of a base tradey, base racy style scenario here. Oh, the burrow roach is not as good when there's an overseer overhead. Army value 130 to 116. Reynor has an advantage right now. He's got the Ravagers. Oh, there are some Ravagers here from Serral as well, just running deep into Serral's base. These roaches are getting cleaned up. These roaches are killing more and more drones, but both players are losing drones on both sides here. Reynor's high grounding Serral from Serral's own main base. That's always frustrating to deal with in a game of StarCraft. Oh, he was going to try to build something down here. It says, never mind, that's not happening. And I think Reynor might be doing way more damage to Serral to the point that he might lose his lair. His spawning pool looks like it's definitely going to die. And it does. But Serral maybe has enough to clean this out after the spawning pool gets killed. Nice corrosive bile on a Ravager. That is some poetic justice right there. And, okay, looks like Serral does wipe that army out. Is able to produce enough with his 56 worker count to shut that down. Any upgrade advantages anywhere? Nah, that +1 carapace. Yes, for Reynor, that Serral doesn't have is a big deal. Both players were able to keep all of their bases. The 4th base of Reynor did die, though. That's huge. Hold on a second. Did those, like, 4 roaches actually kill this base? Oh, my gosh. We have to go so far back to find that. Yeah, this is like... Okay, it's a 5 roach group. Is allowed just to straight up kill that base. Wow. All right, so these roaches get cleared out pretty well. Kind of feel like if they target fired better, they probably could have gotten the lair, which maybe would have been a better target than that spawning pool. But Reynor was busy trying to deal with burrow roaches on his side of the map and trying to attack at the same time. So that is not fun. So yeah, the 4th base of Reynor is gone. Serral's 4th base is up. Income still been in Serral's favor over the last 5 minutes. I mean, not heavily, not entirely, but that's an advantage, especially in a mirror matchup. It's a big deal. Creep spread, not great. Both players are subscribing to the creep spread helps my enemy get to me faster idea. It's kind of a personal preference thing. You can get to your enemy faster if you spread your creep, but they can also get to you more quickly. And is it really a benefit or not? Some people feel like it is. Other people, like Serral and Reynor here, not interested. All right, man. Roach Ravager battles all over the place. This has been a fantastic ZVZ. Reynor's able to hold off the attack at his 3rd base. And then Serral's able to hold off a pretty big Roach Ravager attack that gets deep into his main. So both players taking their wumps. But Serral's up at overall economy and overall army supply, which is why Reynor is on the defense here. Terran music kicking in because why not? Spire is on the way from Reynor. He's like, all right, this Roach Ravager stuff, good connection. Just not as fun as the mutas are. I think most Zerg players would agree with that sentiment. Roach Ravager, not as fun as mutas. Oh, Spire on the way from Serral too. Ooh, we could see Muta versus Muta battles here in this ZVZ. That'd be interesting. Don't see that very much at all. Is anybody going to be able to get up to the Hydra Lurker Viper strat? Which is the ultimate endgame composition for ZVZ. +2 Carapace on the way from Reynor. +1 now just getting started from Serral. So I mean, this is Dance Dance Revolution here. Both players just dancing back and forth. They've got their, overlords scouting to see what's going on because there's no anti-air in this army except for Ravagers. And dodging corrosive biles with a fast overlord is not that hard. Serral tries to get a bit of a flank off here. Does? All right. Ravagers are kind of backline units. If they're in the front taking hits from these acid attacks of the roaches, they're not happy about that. Reynor's 4th base is back. Okay, that's huge for Reynor. He's now up 59 to 52 workers. Army value is, my goodness, is that 15 more army supply for Serral? 12 mutas on the way from Serral as well. But look whose mutas are here first. Raiders are, because his Spire was faster. The mutas are sniping down queens. Like, we soften up the roaches. The thing is, the roaches can burrow. Get a little health regen. That was a sick play. Oh, a Contaminate. Did a Contaminate get tossed down on that hatchery? I don't know. Sure seemed like it. All right, mutas of Serral are out now. Rawr! This is nuts. Got battles in the sky, battles on the ground. Oh, sniping off those overseers. Serral, that'd be so good if... Oh, did he just take some corrosive bile hits on mutas? He did, I think. I don't think any of them died. What's he focusing down? He's just kind of generally attacking the army. Fine, I guess. Anybody working on air upgrades? Yes, +1 flyer Carabas is on the way from Serral now. Yeah, when's the last time I saw a ZVZ like this, where both players have a Roach Ravager army and they also both have a Muta Ball to the point that Mutas don't just kind of win immediately. Yeah, lowering that worker count. 45 workers remain from Serral. All the Mutas of Reynor get wiped out in exchange for those 7 drones. And Reynor's going into Hydras. Okay, if he can get into Lurkers, that would be nice. Serral's got a bit of a window here where he's up. 140 to 115 army supply. Can he do this? The Hydras on the backline are going to be really good versus these Roaches and these Ravagers, and pretty good against the Mutas, too. The Mutas... Oh, don't take Spore hits. Whatever you do, don't take Spore hits. But he's trying to pick off those Hydras within the army. He recognizes what powerful glass cannons they are. Reynor comes down, says... oh, this is... Look at this Mutaflock. Holy crap. It is 20 Mutas for Reynor, or for Serral. Reynor has no Mutalisks. Oh, this is not great. This is not great. Almost, yes, almost supply blocking Reynor here. Dude, getting that Overseer would be a supply block. He's fighting a Spore. More drones going down. Hydras show up. Mutas have to bounce because they can't ever really fight against something that can, you know, hit them at all. I don't know. They'll fight Vikings, I suppose. Vikings aren't very good at killing Mutas. Another Spore down in exchange for a Mutalisk. Mutas with that bonus damage to biological targets. So good. Did Reynor drop some changelings in his own base? Yes, he did. That's very strange. Oh, nice transfuse on that Hydra, keeping it alive. And then bouncing. Look at this. All this lost mining time. I think this Muta play might actually win the game for Serral, but like, just knocking the worker count down to what his is. He's not crippling Reynor economically. He's just bringing him down to his level. Both players have lost. I mean, 39 drones have died for Reynor. 19 have died from Serral. The lair getting sniped sucks. Oh, it totally sucks. Army value 155 to 140. I think Serral may have done this. Another Contaminate tossed down on a hatchery. Roach Muta in here. Worker count 39. Oh, the burrow roaches burrowing out of there. That's so annoying. That is so frustrating. Simultaneously defending back home. Both players defending and attacking. Yeah, he wants this hatch so bad. He's going to get it. Okay, so that's a base for a base, effectively. Although the lair down is bigger tech. And this third base down for Serral is bigger about economy. Ooh, Reynor's 4th base is getting wrecked by roaches. Stop me if you've heard that one before. This is insane. This is an insanely good ZVZ. Reynor says, all right, I can't stop the Mutas. Or these roaches. Base race. It's a base race. Another hatch goes down. 4th base of Serral dies. The Spire of Serral getting sniped by roaches. They do end up getting it. Army value 151 to 137, but I just don't know if there's any answer for these Mutalisks. Reynor has no answer for the Mutas. Reynor has In answer to these mutas, 13 Hydras. Okay, he has 13 Hydralisks. So it's not nothing. But both players' economies are getting knocked down to literally nothing. Look at that. Both players are basically at 0 right now. Well, I mean, that shows even, but if we're looking at the mineral income down here, those numbers are not going up. Those numbers are not increasing. High ground positioning here from Reynor again. He's been here before. It's gone okay for him. Once in a while, actually hits a roach there. Somehow sniping the Hydras that are involved here would be the greatest play for Serral in winning this game. Yeah, that Hydra group is too much to fight against straight up, though. It's only 14 mutas from Serral. If it was like 50 mutas from Serral, they would fight these Hydras, but not quite there yet. Both players have lost their main bases. Serral's trying to sneak a new hatchery in the bottom right for his remaining 5 drones. There are 10 drones from Reynor, and they're all mining off a single mineral patch with 3 spores defending their butts. Oh, gosh. Spore Crawler takes down a muta that gets a little bit too close. I don't know. I mean, go after tech. Extractors are cool and everything. It's 150 to 101 supply, though. I mean, look. Serral's way ahead. The +2 ground carapace. Yes, Reynor does have that advantage. Serral's got +1 carapace. Also, +1 flyer carapace. He knows that spawning pool is going to die on its own off creep. Serral's just very patiently moving here. Very patiently making it happen. Reynor attacking into a concave. That's never great. The mutas on the backside. GG, Serral! Yeah, Reynor was just desperate at that point. He's like, I gotta go. These mutas are gonna come. They're gonna fight with these roaches. There's way more army supply for Serral right now. I could see it. Just not enough. And Serral gets the win and an epic ZVZ. Absolutely killer impressive game from both of these players. No lurkers at all. Plus, I think maybe Reynor recognized there was income happening for Serral and there wasn't any happening for Reynor. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. That's part of it too. So, man. Beautiful. That is as good as ZVZ can get. And I mean, I kind of appreciate it wasn't, I don't know. Hydra Lurker Viper is fun, but I appreciate we got to 20 minutes without any of that, which is a little bit weird. At the end of the day, 36,000 resources lost for Reynor and 33 from Serral. Both players losing tons of workers. Both players losing hatcheries, lairs galore. Both spires get killed. Both players losing mutas. But at the end of the day, it's just too much, right? Serral just gets the advantage overall in too many battles over and over and over again. The Hydras were good, but Reynor didn't ever have the chance, the moment to tech into lurkers. How much do you want to do that, though, is the question. With the mutas out, right? Lurkers aren't nearly as good if there's mutas flying around picking them off. They can't defend themselves against that. But I guess you would just keep them with the Hydras, I suppose. But the more lurkers you have, the fewer Hydras you have. Yeah, it's tricky. This was a very difficult game for both players, and Serral comes out on top. Reynor could have won it. There were times he could have. When he had that big army inside Serral's base, inside of his main, maybe sniping off the lair that early could have made a difference for him, but otherwise hard to say. But great muta control by Serral. End of the game there. 13 of them remaining. Reynor losing all of his fairly early did not help him at all in winning this match. And the upgrade advantage wasn't everything, right? All things being equal, well, I don't know. I guess Serral maybe made up for the lack of a +2 ground carapace by getting Burrow and Tunneling Claws, which helped him regen health on those roaches. They were taking damage more quickly because they didn't have the armor upgrade, but also they were regenerating health more quickly because of the Tunneling Claws. So, great question. All right, good. So that was a beautiful ZVZ. One of the more fun ones I've seen in a while, but it's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and an epic ZVZ. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.